Good evening. Welcome to an episode of, it's an episode of something that you're not expecting. That's why it's not in the gaming stream. It's under entertainment. So hopefully it's entertaining. But welcome to the Woodland Wars, Part 2. I don't know if you remember what happened in the last, but I'll try to bring you up to snuff. Bring you to where you need to be so that you understand what's happening. But before that, I must do this. Now, the last time I had to deal with Detective Bear called me up running his fucking jaws, telling me this, that, which I was not fucking hearing any of. Excuse me. Killed a few deer. I was following my sons around. I shot one's antler off, or a piece of it anyway. Now, mind you, I have been getting quite a few death threats from different animals. Now, they haven't really done anything that makes me feel as if I should be threatened, but I've taken the proper precautions to make sure that if they do, that hot metal will pierce their hides, leaving them perforated, bleeding, in ways that they don't want to bleed. The kind that leave them limping or perhaps collapsed on the dirt, bleeding innards out into the soil to fertilize the next crops that their children may or may not eat upon, depending on how I feel that day. Now, I know you guys are probably like, is he still fucking mad about getting jumped by deer? Yes, I'm still mad about it. Every now and then when I'm out and about, I hear them in the bushes, in the woods, which I don't go into because I told them I wouldn't, as long as they stay the fuck away from me. But I hear them laughing. Snickering. Oh, yes. Yeah, and then I say back into those woods, and I'm the guy that came in there. And I'll come in there again if you give me reason. Now, winter, it will be here soon enough. Soon enough. And I'll tell you this. I'm a little worried because I heard from Detective Barrett, right? And his last conversation with me made me search the internet far and wide for an elephant gun. They're like, why an elephant gun? He's a bear. Because it's bigger than a bear, so obviously it's gotta drop him at least within the first 2 shots, right? Take a leg off, blow, he trips. Of course, his jaws are gonna still be trying to bite upon my flesh. At which point, the second one should tear his whole jaw off. So yeah, I've been looking for one diligently because called me up, right? It's like, look, and listen. It's almost that time of year again when I have to go hibernate for months at a time. And once again, I haven't eaten much. You haven't been here like I've asked you to. I thought I made it perfectly fucking clear, Bear. I'm not even gonna call you detective because you're a fucking bear. You're not a detective of human shit. I don't see you solving human crimes, right? Like, you're a fucking bear. You could be slapping pedophiles and all that other shit. It's none of my business. And so neither am I. And that's what I told you the last time we had a conversation, you son of a bitch. Or whatever you call female bears. Son of a bitch bear. How about that? Don't you talk about my mother. I'll talk about all of you. Woodland creatures. I already told you it's on, right? And as for your dear friends that jumped me months ago, well, listen, winter will be here soon, bitch. You'll be hibernating and such, doing whatever you do when you're hibernating. Don't make me come looking for you, bear, because I will. I don't give a fuck that you were in goddamn the great outdoors, got shot in the ass with some buckshot. I've got an elephant gun, okay? Got an elephant gun. And the one that I'm got already in my house right now, was used to kill the last white rhino on Earth. Okay? Stopped him in his fucking tracks, Detective Bear. Bear. Fuck Detective Bear. I mean Bear, bitch. Bitch Bear. You stay away from me, you stay away from my fucking family. And another thing, right? Any more of your dear friends do anything to me, and I'm going for your fucking cubs, who aren't really that much of cub anymore. I know that they've got their own little knolls, okay? I'll find them, and I won't even kill them the way you think I'm going to kill them. I'm not going to shoot them. No, I'm going to gas them. I'm going to gas them with gas, put them to sleep, bear, and I'm going to drag their fucking bare asses. Not bare because they've been shaved bald, but bare because they're bears. And I'm going to drag them out of their fucking dens, right? On display. On display. And then I'm going to shave them. Because who's ever seen a shaved bear? I've never seen one, and I'm curious now as I put it in my mind. So I'm going to see a shaved bear if you fuck with them. You're talking a lot of words that I don't like. Alright? It's a lot of time before I go into hibernation, bitch. A lot of time. I come by your house tonight. Go ahead. I told you I have the elephant gun, bitch. Like, I'm not gonna notice a bear around here. You guys don't come around here, so come around here and see why you don't come around here. How about that? Get brolic with me, bitch. You know, and I hung up on him. So, since I don't have the elephant gun, I'm a little worried. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to get my hands on anything big enough to stop a bear. Even if they're small bullets, as long as I have a whole lot of them, I figure I could probably like rip pieces of meat off of him and make him think about what's happening right now, and he might decide to go away, right? But as much shit as I've been talking to him, I think he's willing to die just to take a big ass bite out of any part of me. So I've been kind of thinking about lately, what part of me do I not really care about losing? And there's not one part that I can think of. Like, it's not like he's gonna just bite an ear off. I could lose an ear if I had to. Like, if it was, oh my God, you're gonna die. You can lose one part. What is it? Say it in 5 seconds. I have the ear. You know, you can get a fake ear, or just wear hats that would normally cover your ears, so nobody will ever notice that you don't have that ear, because you're always wearing a hat that covers your ears. And they'll be like, why does he always wear a hat that covers his ears? And of course somebody will probably try to snatch your hat off, at which point you have to punch them in the face to let them know, don't do that. You know, I'm bald, or make up some excuse. I have alopecia, I'm a cancer patient. Well, who cares? Just never let them see that you don't have that ear when you can not. But I digress. Or maybe he could bite the chin beard thing I have. You know, a little braid on your chin. But he wouldn't do that, right? Because if he does that, he might bite off my lower jaw. So ear, because that's a definable body part. But I digress once again, because I'm getting off task, right? Like I said, a little nervous, because he's a fucking bear at the end of the day. You know, he's a bear. I stand no ends. What am I gonna do? Fucking have like a boxing match with a bear? I'm not Russian. I heard you guys fucking like box bears and wrestle them and shit. I've never wrestled a bear. I've never even seen one out of captivity. And I'm quite sure they're a whole lot different when they're in their element, right? So that's what I was worried about. I was walking around out and about and shit, driving a car, and doing some sputtering shit. Happened to be near some woods. I heard some noises in the bushes near the car. I had stepped out, checked to see if everything was okay. Popped the hood. Looking in there, heard noises. Look, don't see anything. Fucking brush, trees, bushes moving, right? I hop back in my car with the quickness, real fast. Rolled up the windows, not like that's really gonna do anything against something that weighs as much as the car itself. It's just gonna smash through it, and I'm gonna be trapped, making decisions in split seconds of whether or not to get out, get eaten, or get eaten while in car. So it's like your option is like an open face sandwich or a hoagie that I don't want to be either of. I don't have that elephant gun yet. It's on its way, but it's coming all the way from fucking Africa by ways that aren't, necessarily up to snuff, if you get what I'm saying. So, I gotta wait. And hopefully when I get it, everything is in working condition. It's a big fucking thing. It's like a goddamn cannon. Probably gonna have to mount it to something. I'm not just gonna be shooting this goddamn thing from my shoulder, cause I'll miss. Shoot over his head. Probably take a little bit of hair off, like when he was acting in fucking the movies that he acted in. I don't care to name them right now, cause fuck him. But anyway, I was out and about walking and shit. Heard this rustling. Hopped in the car, right? Hoping it starts is what I'm doing. Starts. I pull off with the quickness. Look back. It's a rabbit in the bushes. I laugh at myself for feeling that way. And then when I look in front of me, there's a goddamn bear. I swerve. Look back again. And I'm wondering, why is there a bear here all of a sudden, right? He's definitely not Detective Bear, because I've seen and talked to Detective Bear several fucking times, so I know it's not him. It's a little smaller than him, younger, right? Doesn't look like one of his cubs, but then again, I haven't seen him for a whole year, right? I was just talking all that shit to him to kind of scare him, but then I realized something. He's a fucking male bear, and they're male bear cubs. He doesn't give two shits about them. They're competition. If I killed him, he'd probably be happy. Shit. Then I thought about that. Wait a minute. So I slammed on the brakes, turned the car around, right? He's still standing there. So I roll a little further away from him, so in case he decides to charge the car, I could speed off. I got my gun pointed at him. I'm like, what's good, man? Like, why are you standing out here in the middle of the road and shit? It's like, because I knew you were coming. Oh, you did? How? Did you know I was coming this way? Because I'm a bear. I can see that. You're a fucking bear. You think I'm a fucking retard? Why are you standing in the fucking road, bear? Why are you waiting for me? You know where I'm from. No, I don't. Well, I might if you're related to the detective. Well, fuck, I don't call him that anymore. I call him Bear. Are you related to Bear? Yeah, I'm related to Bear. I'm his son. Who are you? Well, what the fuck are you looking for me for? And I'm ready to shoot him. And I know that the gun that I have is not really going to hurt him that much unless I shoot him right in the fucking face. So I'm aiming at his face. And he can see that I'm aiming at his face. And as I notice that he's really not reacting to it in the way that I would react if I was going to cause harm to someone and they're aiming a gun in my face, I'm either going for the gun or I'm running the fuck away because I know that this person is ready to shoot me in my face. But since he didn't do any of that, I kind of eased off. I put the safety on. But I kept the gun pointed at his fucking face. Just in case. So it's like, look, you can calm the fuck down, man. You can calm the fuck down. I'm like, no, you're a fucking bear. I have a beef with your dad. And here you are waiting for me in the middle of the goddamn road. In fact, why hasn't anybody shot you? There's houses around here. They have kids. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I've spoken to some of the people. You've spoken to some of the people around here and they're okay with this? They didn't freak out? Yeah, they did freak out and they all ran off. Okay, so what the fuck do you want to talk to me about? Like, what's good here? We need to get rid of my dad. No shit, Sherlock. Well, what oh, I was just thinking this in my head, right? Like, you're a male bear. Yeah, and I want his territory. Yeah, but what does that do for me exactly? And why don't you just fight? I'm not strong enough. And he's pretty fucking wild out. Shit. He threatened me and bro. Said, and I don't like my brother either because he's a fucking dickhead. But that's not the point. If you want to kill him, you can. I mean, I'm not gonna say no. But just understand, I'm not down with my dad. I want him gone. I'll help you get him gone. Oh, you'll help, right? How do I know this isn't a trap? How do I know this isn't a trap? I'm not sure if I really trust you, bears, to, do what you say you're gonna do when you say you're gonna do it. You're gonna have to. Why? Because he's gonna kill you. I have an elephant. No, you don't. How do you know I don't? Because I know the Amazon man. He hasn't been to your house yet. I know his smell. I've been stalking him. He looks delicious. I was thinking about eating him last week. But then, I was tapping into some internet stuff and saw you order an elephant gun. And I knew what you ordered it for. There's no elephants here. No, there's not. Well, there's a few in the zoo that I was thinking about, maybe shooting for mercy purposes. You're a liar. Yeah, I am. And I'm not very good at it either. But listen, yeah, so what? I'm gonna kill your fucking dad. He threatened me and my family. I have every right. I have every right. I never did anything to him. So, as long as you promise, and I don't know if I want to shake your fucking big ass paw with claws and lose my hand, so I'm not gonna do that. We'll agree that I'll do what you're asking if you give me the opportunity to do so. So whatever you bears do, you make bears not think about humans, do that. I'll shoot him. You take over his little fucking detective shit, and you leave me alone. And Plush. Why Plush? Just leave Plush alone, alright? He has nothing to do with the shit that your dad's after. In fact, I think your dad, I know, I know for a fact, your dad sold you into porn. I've seen the fucking videos. I've seen them. Why don't you go ask him about that? What do you mean? I mean, you were in cub porn. I don't know exactly what you guys were doing in it. I didn't understand any of it. But you were in it nonetheless. He was supposedly all hurt about it. I don't think he was really hurt that, you were in it as much as he was hurt that people found out that you were in it. And then, I kind of found it weird that he ate his fucking partner. Fucking Sergeant Bambi. You really think that was his name? No. But that's the name they gave me, so that's the name I'm giving you. What the fuck am I supposed to be like, Sergeant whatever the fuck his real name was? No. I'm telling you what they told me, and they said it was Sergeant Bambi. Now anyway, Captain Hawk and him seemed to be in cahoots with this whole thing, and you were part of it. So, not that you really need any more reason to kill your dad, except for the simple fact that you want the land to be unsound. I'm in. I'm in. And yeah, that's like what happened, that particular segment of this whole thing that's going on with me and Detective Bear. And yeah, like I told his son, leave Plush be, Plush doesn't fuck with me, like on some real shit. Like I haven't had any problems with any squirrels at all. They're not throwing nuts at my car and shit, or at me. I don't have like them attacking my kids and shit, at least they haven't told me. Maybe they've killed some squirrels and I have no idea. But I still have my steel-toe, steel reinforce soul boot just in case. Foot has to be put to ass. I want to thank you all for joining me for this live version of the Woodland Wars, this being part 2. I'm going to go finish cooking and eat some food because I'm hungry and I have work in the morning. Well, I work every morning, or at least every day. Most days. Most days. Like 95% of the days in the year I work. But who cares about that? That's fucking boring. I'll be back with more stories. Stay watching the channel because there's some interesting content soon to be dropping. New community at large episode will be dropping soon. I would say Sunday. In fact, yes, it'll be dropping on Sunday, the 21st, I believe it is. Is it the 21st? No, not the 21st. It'll be the 14th of September. It'll be the first episode of New Community at large. So check that out when it comes out. And we're working on the Depraved first, part of the series, which is going to be called Depraved Origins. So it's going to give you an insight into why the character exists. Alright? Other than that, folks, I'm going to do what I do because I got to go to bed soon, like real soon. And I don't like to go to bed after eating a delicious meal that gives me the itis, even though I'm going to do